Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kayden Gorden Show, today's best country mix. And joining me right here is Beth Williams. Hey, Beth, how you doing today?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
You're very welcome. So kind of tell us how you got your start in music.
Well, let's see. My dad was in the military and I always sang. I mean, we used to travel because we were always stationed overseas. And my dad, it would be myself and my two brothers in the back seat. And I would always ask for a window seat so I could hang my head out the window and sing while we were driving along. And also my dad, because, in those days we didn't have air conditioning. And it was, we would drive from Georgia to California, and then we would fly overseas. And then 2 years later, we'd go from California to Georgia. And so we had that long ride. So my dad would sing and we'd sing with him. So there was that. But then in 1968, he was stationed actually for the second time at Peshawar Air Force Base in Pakistan, which is no longer open. And so one day, and I think I was 12 at the time, one day I went across the street and there was a baseball field and there was bleachers and there was a GI sitting on the bleachers playing a guitar and singing. And I just stood there and just looked at him, and I don't know what he was singing, but it was really like a bolt of lightning hit me just watching him. And I just knew that's what I want to do. So I ran home and told my parents, I want a guitar. I'm going to be a singer. I'm going to write songs. And there was no guitar stores in Pakistan, of course. So the following year in 1969, we left there. We were the last civilians to leave Peshawar Air Force Base. They shut it down. We went to Okinawa, and my parents bought me a $10 guitar at the PX and said, if you learn to play this, then we'll get you a good guitar. And there you go. That's how it started.
What is one thing that you most enjoy about music, Beth?
I really love when I take the time to write songs. I'm so busy with so many things. I don't really listen to much music. And the reason for that is because I'm afraid I will copy someone's song. So I rarely listen to music, but I think my happy place is when I finally settle myself down, get my guitar, practice that, and try and write a song. That's what I like about music. It's just really healing for me.
If you could do a duet with any singer, who would it be and why?
Well, golly, I'd love, that's a tough one, but I've always wanted Bonnie Raitt to sing one of my songs. That's my wish. If I can get out of this life with her doing one of my songs. Of course, every songwriter feels that way. So I would love to do a song, one of my songs, with Bonnie Raitt singing it. I would sing backup or whatever. That would be a dream come true for sure.
Absolutely. Also, I see here that you are not only a singer, but you're also a radio personality.
Yeah, I am. Somebody found me singing on YouTube. My YouTube channel, if anybody cares, is BethWilliamsMusic on YouTube. But a lady in New Zealand found me singing on YouTube and sent me an email. This was in 2016. And she asked if I would come and sing at a festival, be a headliner at the Martin Music Festival in New Zealand in February of 2017. And I actually just put that email in the trash because I get a lot of stuff, and I'm like, that can't be real. And then I needed some money, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to double check that. So I went to my trash bin and I found it, and I emailed and I said, are you for real? And it was. And so they flew me to New Zealand. I was a headliner. And before I got on stage on that Friday night, I was interviewed by a radio people. The guy's name is Stu. And anyhow, so I did my interview and I sang that weekend, and then I flew right back to the States. Well, the guy who was taking me to the airport, his name was Tony Stewart. He was talking about, I'm one of the DJs on this radio station. And I just lightly, I just was like, I always wanted to be a DJ on a radio. I always wanted to kind of try that. And he went, oh, okay. Well, he told Stu, who contacted me as soon as I got back and said, why don't you send me a 10-minute mock-up of what you would sound like as a radio person? And I did. And that was 4.5 years ago. I've been doing my radio show ever since then, the Beth Williams Indie Americana Songwriter Show. And I really it's just indie songwriters, well, kind of like I am, that people don't know who we are, and it's a way to get our music out there.
Absolutely. That's kind of on the same line of how I got my start too. So
Are you
just
also a songwriter?
no, I am not. I'm just
Oh,
a
okay.
writer personality, but that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I found out about you. So I thought that was
Oh,
pretty
okay.
neat. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Actually, I think that's how I found you, was from that. And then
Oh,
I
from
found
that,
out you were a
from
side runner. Yeah.
right, from the radio show.
Right.
Yeah, I think that so many songs, I mean, as you know, as a presenter, the market is so much more saturated than it has ever been with singers, songwriters, and some are good, some are bad, but the main thing is there's just too many of them. And really the ones, my experience is, who do really well are the ones with a lot of money, either their own money, or someone backs them so they can hire the publicist and the promoters and all this. And then there are these indie songwriters who are really great, but they don't have any money. And a lot of most of the people I play on my show, they're songwriters, but they're not necessarily trying to be rich or famous. It's more like with me, I write my songs and I want to share them with people, in the hopes that they will bless them in some way. The idea of trying to, make money off music has gone out the window. And, the idea of trying to be famous, but there are a lot of people that pursue that path. For me, it's more about if I can get my music out there and help other songwriters get their music out there, I'm happy. They're happy, I'm happy. Nobody makes any money, but we're just putting the music out there, hopefully to be a blessing to somebody.
Absolutely. Where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, everything is Beth Williams Music. And don't forget that music, because there's a lot of Beth Williams out there. But on
Oh
Facebook,
yeah.
it's Beth Williams Music. On YouTube, Beth Williams Music. Instagram, Beth Williams Music. And I really want to encourage everyone to come to my YouTube channel, because I'm not only a singer-songwriter and do radio, but I have voice lessons, free voice lessons on my channel, and yodeling, believe it or not, yodeling lessons. If people want to learn how to yodel, and I do some guitar sing-alongs. I have a series called Songs for Seniors that I've put together. The videos are like 20 to 40 minutes, where they play them in a lot of healthcare facilities, or if you're a caregiver or you have a parent or a grandparent who's confined at home. These are great for them, because I try to be real interactive. I talk to them and we clap, and I show them we have a little pug named Chloe Chub Chub. So yeah, so my YouTube has got all kinds of stuff, and it's Beth Williams Music on everything.
Do you have any new singles or any upcoming projects that we can look forward to, Beth?
I actually do. Thank you for asking. I have a song I wrote called Hold On. And then I have another one called Open Sky. I've got like 3 new singles coming up. I've been dragging my feet, and I was thinking about it today, like on this song Hold On. Rick McRae is going to play along with me. Rick is he played on one of my CDs. He's George Strait's guitar player, great guitar player. Anyhow, there's this guitar part that I could have him play in his sleep with both hands tied behind his back, because he's so good. But I want to play it myself, so I keep practicing. And for anybody who plays, you got to practice a lot if you're going to do something like that, because I'm not really a very good guitar player. I'm just okay. So anyhow, it's called Hold On. That will be my next single, and I will send it to you first. How about that?
That sounds awesome. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Here, right where I am. I'm not really out performing at this time. I don't know if I will again. I would like to just try and build up my online presence. I think that's what I'd like, is just to kind of have a group of people, a tribe, and do my music here. I'm right now in my little home studio, and I'd like to be a much better guitar player and write songs, and everything that I write, put it on YouTube, put it out there. Because, whatever our gift is, whatever it is, I think that what we're called to do is to do the good we can do and leave it here, so that when we go, it's a blessing to somebody else. So I'll probably be sitting right here is where I'll be, I imagine. Yeah.
What is one message that you'd like to give your fans or anyone listening?
I think, well, I have a song called Voices that I'd like them to go listen to, and it's stop listening to voices inside your head. So many of us, we are really hard on ourselves and think we're not good enough. So there's that, to don't listen to the negative chatter in your head. Stay away from people who are toxic or are not good for you. But one of the most important things for me is to compare not thyself to others, because I'll be cruising along, doing really good, thinking, my life is great, everything's good, I'm doing good. And I pop on Facebook and I see somebody who's just like really successful and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm such a failure. And that comparing yourself to other. And so that can take you from a high to a complete low when you compare yourself to others. And I think that we got to almost have blinders on and just do the best I can do each day. And don't look at what everybody else is doing, because I have a calling on my life that's completely different than theirs. So I try just to like pray for them and just don't think about that. Take every thought captive and don't listen to that negative chatter, and just keep looking to be positive. Because for me, I'm a recovered alcoholic since 1989. I had to think for a minute. So for a long time. Yeah, I was a real bad drunk, and I drank because I didn't like myself. So I have to really work on being positive, by doing positive things. For some people, they're born that way. And then there are people like me who have to really work at looking for the good and being positive. So all that kind of good stuff. Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that I forgot that you'd like to share with us today, Beth?
Gosh, I can't think of a thing other than I am so grateful that you invited me to be on your show. I'm always the one interviewing people these days, because I put my music on Facebook and on YouTube, but I don't really promote myself. I'm just, other than that. And then I do my radio show. So it's kind of, in fact, I told my granddaughter I was doing an interview, and I somehow said I was being interviewed. She goes, really? You never get interviewed? Because I always do the interviewing of other people. So I really appreciate you, inviting me on. And I would really like to invite people, please come to my YouTube channel, leave me a message and a comment and tell me that they heard me on your show. That would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, right?
Beth, it's like the same thing for me. Like, when it's very rare that I'm going on someone else's show. Very, very rare. It's like I'm always interviewing everyone,
Yeah. So tell me, are you a singer also?
No, I am not. No.
Okay.
Yeah, just a DJ. Just a DJ.
Well, there's a lot to being a DJ that people don't realize.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A lot of work. In fact, I'd been doing it for 2 years, and I was going to stop doing it because it was consuming so much of my time. But I'm glad I kept doing it because I really enjoy it. And I think really you're not just a DJ, because what you're doing is you're really helping a lot of people, because you're probably like me. I wouldn't be on air if it weren't for you. And every person that you get on air, all the music that you're playing, you're helping those people. Right there, you're helping them, and you're blessing people by, putting it out there for them. So, you're doing a good thing for sure.
Well, I totally appreciate that.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
Very true.
So, that's right. But yeah, everybody come hang out with me on YouTube, Beth Williams Music. And I would love for you just to, leave a comment. Let me know that you heard me right here, and check out my song Voices, and also Test of Time. Test of Time is one of my favorite songs that I wrote, and I did the video. I do all my own videos, and I really worked hard at it. It doesn't look like a Taylor Swift video or somebody like that, because they have all that production and money.
Oh yeah.
But for a lone wolf doing it myself, I thought it turned out pretty good.
Well, I just want to say a huge thank you to Beth Williams for joining me right here on the Kayden Gorden Show, today's Best Country Mix. We truly appreciate your time to talk to us today, Beth.
Thank you so much. Everybody stay well.